Hello, good evening everybody. This is Robert from the Amsterdam area. Welcome to my live stream. Sorry for keep you waiting. I was busy doing some pre-flight preparations regarding the flight management computer. As you can see, I'm flying a Transavia aircraft tonight. In daytime, however. And it's a 737-700 of Transavia, so not my regular biz jet. I flew it yesterday already to Malaga. Today we're going to fly to Split, Croatia, as the Transavia flight 65 Alpha. Well, that's how it's called on the radio. I really don't know the real ticket flight number, and I should know that because in a couple of days I will make this flight myself in real life as a passenger. So, but I'm so used to the radio call sign that I actually don't know the correct flight number, ticket-wise, passenger-wise speaking. So on the radio for the ICAO traffic control, it's just Transavia 65 Alpha. I'm parked at Charlie 3. However, you can still see Charlie 1 on the apron, and that's because there was just a recent apron reconstruction at Rotterdam in spring this year, and the scenery which I use, the NL 2000 scenery, is not adjusted for that yet. Actually, there's not any scenery yet available regarding this recent reconstruction of the apron, including the stand numbers. So I have to call for Charlie 3 to the air traffic control, but on the scenery it's still Charlie 1, more or less. So that's where I'm standing now. The passengers are boarding. You can see the bus is still on my left side. It's busy at the apron. You can see some other aircraft as well. At Charlie 2 there's another aircraft parked next to me, and there's one aircraft on finals for the runway 24, which you can see now. We're going to fly the Lunix departure today from runway 24, which calls for the right hand turn. I have to do some pre-flight checkers. I want to go off chocks around 8 o'clock local time, but I'm afraid it's going to be 8 o'clock, 5 past 8, I think, before we can go off chocks. And it's the second flight on prepared version 4, which is important to say because I am very busy still configuring and making everything okay regarding all kinds of graphic settings, with all kinds of camera settings, well, a lot of things. And I'm really not finished with that yet, so it's like making a complete fresh start with prepared again. And so there will be some inconvenience during this flight regarding views or things like that. So my apologies beforehand for that. I just don't have enough time to make everything completely okay. I just need a couple of flights for that. So this will take all summer, I guess, before everything is absolutely according my wishes. I also fly with new rudder pedals today with Stressmaster, because my old pedals broke from Saitek. Of course, I'm a little bit sad about it, but not too much, because I was not really happy about the Saitek pedals. So, and there's a company aircraft coming in here, Transavia as well, just landed. So I'm happy a little bit that there was an accident, so that I could replace it after all. So now I'm using the rudder with the new Thrustmaster pedals. All other controls are still Saitek. This is something GSX, I'm going crazy about it. All the doors are open, but he's still screaming to open a door. Well, I think I'm finished with him. So yeah, a little bit about the Lunix departure. Let's zoom in a little bit. We'll depart from runway 24 until we're well out of the airport. So we'll overfly Echo Hotel 159 on the FMS. Then we'll make a right hand turn on heading 077. That's inbound Echo Hotel 163, and conventionally it's to intercept the 046 radial of Rotterdam VOR, Romeo Tango Mike, up to well, near the New Cope, near the November Victor beacon, which is Echo Hotel 150. And then we continue all the way right to Iflut, and then a right turn to Lunix. As you can see, it's a little bit a lot of extra miles because we actually almost fly in an easterly direction towards Germinghausen in Germany. So normally when you depart from Rotterdam, it's not really common to completely fly out this SID, standard with departure, all the way up to Ivlut and Lunix. So we can expect vectors or some direct routing towards Lunix, or maybe even a more shortcut even more to the boundary with Germany or inside Germany, depending on ATC and depending on how busy everything is. So that about our departure routing. Lunix 1 Bravo, 3000 feet to level off initially. We'll get a higher altitude by Schiphol approach probably. And that's contrary to Schiphol, where all the departure procedures have an initial altitude of flight level 60. Here it's 3000 feet, and it's something you see on other airports as well. The smaller airports near the big airports many times have a stepped climb procedure, or at least a lower level initially than the main airport in the area. So that's something you also see at London and other cities in Europe as well. So that about the departure. Something about the flight plan itself. The trip fuel, we have just uploaded 6,600 kilograms of kerosene, which is enough for a well, we have a pretty short flight time today, about 1 hour and 33 minutes on a cost index of 45. I hope it's still current for Transavia. I'm not absolutely sure. The cost index is a way to making an economical cruise, and it results in a Mach number and a flight level, which gives a good compromise between short flying time and short fuel costs, which also means that when the fuel price changes, also the common cost index to use can change as well. So I really have no idea about the actual cost index now of Transavia. Maybe I can check it out myself later this week. If you have any idea about it, then please let me know. We're not delayed anything, so we don't need a high cost index to save very much time. So I guess 45 is a pretty normal standard cost index, normal economical cruise. Still only 1 hour and 33 minutes, probably due to the winds. Contingency fuel 5%, we have holding fuel for over a Split, 30 minutes. And also enough fuel to go to our alternate Zadar in case we need it. 20 minutes of fuel to reach Zadar. Our final reserve allows us for 30 minutes more flying time, which results in minimum takeoff fuel 6,500, and taxi fuel 10 minutes. Well, that's more than sufficient for Rotterdam probably, 120 kilograms, and release fuel 6,637 like I said. If everything goes right, we don't need to hold, we don't need to go to our alternates. We'll arrive at Split with about 2,900 kilograms still in the tanks. And so that's 1 hour and 21 minutes, roughly. Empty weight, we have the Papa Hotel X-Ray Romeo Yankee, by the way. That's a real 737-700 of Transavia, still in the old colors. We have 149 passengers on board. All seats are taken on this flight. And we have an additional 5 passengers, because we have 5 infants, 5 babies as well. So a lot of crying during the takeoff, I'm afraid. Sorry, could not resist this to tell. And the zero fuel weights, a little bit, 50,200 kilograms more or less. I checked it with the FMC, because PMDG does not give 149 as input for passengers. So I had to change a little bit with cargo, etc. to come up to this level. 50,200 kilograms. Zero fuel weight limit is 55,000, however. The ramp weight, the takeoff weight at Rotterdam. Okay. The runway 24 from Rotterdam, like I said, cost index 45. And we well, what we can expect at the moment, we can expect runway 23, but regarding the terminal forecast, it's probably going to be runway 05, because the wind is going to change, which would be a pity, as runway 23 is only partly a VOR approach followed by a visual circling or a visual approach, which is real fun. It's a lot of manual turning. So I hope we can still fly at runway 23. I hope I can fly to runway 23 myself this week. The winds are pretty from the southwest all the time, but today there's some wind change this evening, so if there's too much tailwind, or if there's not too much tailwind but there's ATC online and there's other traffic, I'm afraid this runway will change to runway 05. Zadar, runway 32, 83 miles out from Split, in case we need it. Well, the weather is fine, so I don't expect any diversion to Zadar. The takeoff data, flaps 5 takeoff, 45 degrees assumed temperature, anti-ice is off, and we have a VR of 129 knots. Our rotation speed equals the V1 speed, and the V2 is 131. In case of an engine out, we make a right turn to the Rotterdam NDB. That's an NDB beacon in the IJsselmonde area in Rotterdam South on 350.5 kHz. I'm gonna check it later on my ADF. So that's where we go, a right turn in case we have an engine out failure. Landing data, well, I've filled in 05 already. Flaps 30 landing, no anti-ice needed. Approach speed 135 and the ref speed for a 30 degree flat landing 127. Engine out procedure, that's a right turn to heading 180. And at radio 110 from Split, also share Papalima, same as Schiphol, it's very funny. On 115.7 make a right turn to Drevnik, or the Drevnik NDB. I'll show you that later in the flight. So 1 hour and 33 minutes trip time. Well, I showed you this already, and we've climbed to flight of 390. Initially we have a ground speed of about 454 knots over Germany, Munich, into Castella, Split. Here are the winds information. ATC flight plan we filed already. The NOTAMs, and this is interesting. This is the flight plan on the chart. As you can see from Rotterdam in eastbound to the German border, and then we fly over the Ruhr area, the industry area of Germany, near Düsseldorf, etc., to Germinghausen, and then all the way abeam Frankfurt via Dinkelsbühl and Munich. We fly over the central part of the Austrian Alps, Slovenia, and after Slovenia we expect a descent along the coast of Croatia into Split. The green and yellow area are turbulence. This is the situation at flight level 390 of planned cruising level, and at flight level 370 you can see that there is less turbulence, at least over Slovenia and Croatia. And at flight level 410, well, that's not a good situation as well. So this means that in case we have a lot of turbulence after Austria, I might decide to get a lower level to 370 for passenger comfort reasons. But we'll see. This is just a prediction, and the situation in real time can always be different. So that's about the flight plan. If you excuse me, I'm gonna do the final pre-flight checks, make me ready, and I will talk to you just after airborne. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you in about 10 to 15 minutes, I think. I'm running already behind schedule. That's how it always works. The planning stuff and telling you about it on the YouTube channel. So I have to hurry up a little bit. Oh, what's the Transavia doing there? He's braking hard. Okay, and I'm gonna quit this GSX. It's annoying me all the time with those doors. Thank you, and talk to you after we get airborne. Thank you.
Pre-flight checklist, oxygen. Tested 100%. Navigation transfer and display switches. Normal, auto. Window heat, on. Pressurization mode selector, auto. Flight instruments. Heading tree 28 altimeter 102 tree parking brake. Engine start levers. Pre-flight checklist complete.
Altitude 10 kilometers. Temperature 16. Dew point 11. QNH 102.3 hectopascal. No significant change. End of information. Failures. Visit Rotterdam. Information. Failures. Main landing runway 24. Transition level 40. 260 degrees 7 north. Variable between 230 and 290 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers. Temperature 16. Dew point 11. QNH 102.3 hectopascal. No significant change. End of information. Failures. Visit Rotterdam. Information. Failures. Main landing landing runway 24, transition level 40, 260 degrees 7 knots, variable between 2.
Check 7, thank you.
Before start procedure.
Check.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, no pushback. Start on the stand. Taxi route will be assigned by ATC. It'll be a left seat takeoff using rated thrust. Planning a flaps 5 takeoff. Anti-ice will be off. In the event of a malfunction prior to V1, I will call either reject or continue. Standard low speed reject procedures below 80 knots. Between 80 knots and V1, I will only conduct a high-speed reject in the case of a fire, engine failure, predictive wind shear warning, or if there's any other condition that makes the aircraft unsafe or unable to fly. I will simultaneously close the thrust levers, disconnect the auto throttle, apply maximum manual braking, or verify the operation of the RTO auto brake, verify the extension of the speed brake, and apply maximum reverse thrust. I will bring the aircraft to a complete stop and set the parking brake. We will then run the appropriate checklist or evaluate our options, and if you could monitor my actions, make the standard rejected takeoff calls, including any abnormalities you observe before advising ATC. From V1, or if the call is continue, I will continue the takeoff as per the company's standard procedures. We will then climb to the minimum safety altitude and track clear of local terrain. We are under our maximum landing weight, so we are okay to make an immediate return. All going well, the departure routing will be via the ATC assigned standard instrument departure, complying with all the published speed and altitude restrictions. We will use noise abatement departure procedure 2. LNAV is armed, flight directives are on, mine is master, yours is slave. Navigation radios are set, no times with information of Romeo. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Departure brief complete.
Australia 16 Tango, Rotterdam delivery, goedenavond. Startup approved, rate 24, installation Romeo and QNH from 023. Your clearance is available. Approved 94 and ready for clearance. Australia 16 Tango. Australia 16 Tango, you are cleared to your destination via the Woody 1 Bravo departure. Initial climb at 3,000 feet and score 1,000. Clear the Woody 1 Bravo, initial climb 3000 feet and stroke 1000. Transavia 16 Tango. Transavia 16 Tango, correct. Contact the tower for taxi on 118.2, eindelijk. 118.2 voor taxi, dankjewel.
Rotterdam Delivery, goedenavond. Transavia 65 Alpha. Isn't working apparently. What's the problem? Ja. Rotterdam Delivery, goedenavond. De Transavia 65 Alpha.
Transavia 65 Alpha Delivery, goedenavond.
Goedenavond, de Transavia 65 Alpha is at stand Charlie 3, new stand. Recovered information, Zulu IFR to split, request startup.
Transavia 65 Alpha, your startup is approved, survey 24. Information Romeo and QNH1023, ja, if you're ready.
Startup approved, Romeo 24, we check Romeo, QNH1023 and go ahead with the clearance for the Transavia 65 Alpha.
Transavia 65 Alpha, confirm ready to business.
Confirm.
Transavia 65 Alpha, you are cleared to your destination via the Linux 1 Bravo departure. Initial climb at 3000 feet and squawk 0150.
Okay, Transavia 65 Alpha, clear to split, Lunix 1 Bravo departure, initially 3000 feet, squawk 0150.
Transavia 65 Alpha, correct, contact the tower for taxi on 118.2, bye-bye.
For when ready for taxi to the tower on 118.2, Transavia 65 Alpha, goedenavond. Okay, 0150.
Transavia 59997.
Main landing runway 24, transition level 40, 260 degrees 7 north. Variable between 230 and 290 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers. Temperature 16. Dew point 11 QNH 1023 hectopascal. No significant change. End of information failures. Visit Rotterdam information failures. Name
D1000 feet.
Romeo, more or less. Difficult to hear.
Correct, 3000 feet.
Before start checklist.
Before start checklist, flight deck door.
Transavia 599.
V2 131, heading 239, altitude 3000.
Taxi, thank you, Transavia 599.
Takeoff speeds.
V1 129, VR 129, V2 131. Set and checked.
CDU
Completed.
pre-flight. Rudder and aileron
3
trim.
and 0.
Taxi and takeoff
Completed.
briefing. Anti-collision light on. Before start checklist
Thank you.
complete.
Starting right. Backs off first. Above 25 N1 and 2, starting fuel flow. Right engine has started. Start in the left. And 25% into, starting fuel flow. Traffic, vehicle labels, no vehicle labels. Okay, now for startup. Packs on, auto, fan auto. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Flight control check.
Ready.
Full left. Center.
Check.
Full right. Center.
Check.
Full up. Center.
Check.
Full down. Center.
Check.
The rudders. Full left. Center.
Check.
Full right. Center. Flight controls check. Complete. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators on. Probe heat on. Anti-ice off. Isolation valve open. Engine start switches off. Recall.
Stand by for this. Checked.
Checked. Auto brake. RTO. Engine start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight
Checked.
controls. Ground equipment.
Clear.
Clear. Before taxi checklist
Thank you.
complete.
And the engine start levers are idle detent. And the engine start switch is continuous. And isolation valve is auto now. It's checked. Okay. Okay, that's departure via November to the runway 24. Rotterdam Tower, goeiedag. De Transavia 65 Alpha Charlie 3 ready for taxi.
Transavia 65 Alpha, goedenavond. Taxi holding point runway 24.
Taxi holding point runway 24, Transavia 65 Alpha.
Hello, Rotterdam Core, again 7052 Heavy. We are on 5 hours final runway 24 for the touch and go. KLM 7052, gravel, continue approach number 1. Approach number 1, KLM 7052. And KLM 7052, after the touch and go, it's a left turn heading 090, climb 2000 feet. After departure, left turn out, heading 090, climb to 2000 feet, KLM 7052. KLM 7052, runway 24, clear touch and go, wind 260 degrees, 7 knots. 24, clear touch and go, KLM 7052, thank you.
Flight deck. Okay, thanks. Cabin secure, Captain.
Tower de Transavia 65 Alpha.
Transavia 65 Alpha.
Confirm to expect 1212 Schiphol approach after departure.
Gaan we zo even bespreken, moment. Dan hebben we 16 Tango, line up right, runway 24, Victor 6. Line up away, 24, Victor 6, dan hebben we 16 Tango.
Something wrong with some aircraft in the multiplayer. Aircraft head is fine. Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flaps 5 green light. Stabilizer trim 5.2 units. Set and checked.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Transavia 65 Alpha, you can expect 112 after departure.
Transavia 65 Alpha, thank you.
Transavia 16 Tango, runway 24, clear to take off, wind 260 degrees. Clear to take off, 24, Transavia 16
set for departure.
KLM 7052, contact Rotterdam departure, 127.025, continues. 127.025, we gaan er nog eentje maken, spreek u dan. Tot zo. Dan zijn we weer 5 bij naar de wijde set op hold short. Pulling short, van daar 5997. Rotterdam check 111 island contact. Hamburger 111, continue approach, traffic is rolling. Continue approach. Hamburger 111, runway 24, clear to land, wind 260 degrees, 7 knots. Runway 24, clear to land. Transavia 16 Tango, contact Rotterdam departure 127.025. 127.025, Transavia 16 Tango. Transavia 5997 behind the Boeing 737 on final, line at the way, runway 24.
Behind the landing 727, the line up and wait behind the runway 24, Transavia 5997.
Rotterdam Tower, hello. KLM 7052 on the left hand visual runway 24. KLM 7052, number 2. Number 2.
Parking brake set.
Hamburg Jet 111, expedite vacating.
Expedite vacating, 111, next to that.
Transavia 65 Alpha is almost holding short, Victor 6.
65 Alpha, roger. Transavia 5997, runway 24, clear to take off, 260 degrees, 7 knots.
Clear for takeoff, runway 24, Transavia 5997.
Hamburg Jet Triple 1, taxi to Delta 2.
Yes.
KLM 7052, expect delayed clearance. Precision 7052. En hierachter, als u vrijheid heeft, request visual approach runway 06, surfing to 4, possible. 7052, gaan we even bespreken. KLM 7052, runway 24, clear touch and go, wind 260, 7 knots, after touch and go, left turn, 090, climb 2000 feet. Okay, after touch and go, heading 090, 2000, clear touch, KLM 7052 heavy.
That's it. KLM aircraft.
Clear right.
Check.
Rotterdam Tower, goedenavond, Transavia 5 Bravo 1, ready for taxi.
Now the shape is disappearing.
KLM 7052, make it heading 180, climb 2000 feet. 180, 2000, roger sir. Transavia 5997, contact Schiphol approach, 11.2.
1.2, Transavia 5997, thank you.
Some multiplayer issues.
Station calling for taxi, say again. Transavia 5 Lima, ready for taxi. Transavia 5 Lima, taxi holding point runway 24, Victor 6. Runway 24, Victor 6.
It's appearing again when it's on enough distance.
Transavia 65 Alpha, line up and wait, 24, Victor 6.
Line up 24, Victor 6, runway 24, Transavia 65 Alpha. Runway entry procedure.
Check.
Transavia 65 Alpha, runway 24, clear
Crew, take your seats.
2503, 6
2506, runway 24, cleared for takeoff. Transavia 65 Alpha. Takeoff.
Check. Ready
Check.
to go.
Transavia 65 Alpha, cancel the takeoff clearance.
Takeoff clearance cancelled. We'll line up and wait. 65 Alpha.
KLM 7005 to contact Rotterdam departure.
Pro slash problem.
025. 7025 for John.
Sorry guys, some scenery glitches. And multiple glitches.
I'm looking at everyone, thank you for flying, cheers. Area 65 Alpha, runway 24 cleared to take off, wind 250 degrees, 6 knots.
250 runway 24 cleared for takeoff, Transavia 65 Alpha. Spoeling. Toga.
Check.
Check.
Thrust set.
Check.
80 knots.
Throttle hold.
B1.
Rotate.
Gear up.
Positive rate.
Select level change.
Level change.
Area 65 Alpha, contact Schiphol departure, 121 is not due.
Off to departure, 121 is not due. Transavia 65 Alpha, tot ziens. Swap command.
Tot ziens. 2206 ready for taxi. 2206, taxi to holding runway 24, shall I? As a first number, 246. Taxi straight, need to 08, off 216, 21, correction, 146, honey 226. KLM 84 Foxtrot, descend to 2000 feet, QNH 1023. MT-8, QNH 1023, KLM Foxtrot.
Departure hello, the Transavia 65 Alpha, 3000 feet from Rotterdam.
Yeah. Transavia 65 Alpha, hello, climb to flight level 9.
Climb flight level 90, Transavia 65 Alpha, goedenavond. Set flight level 90. Set flight level 90.
Field approach, goedenavond, we zeggen 367.
Bug up.
Hello, factory guidance report for runway 24, descent by flight level 40.
Transition altitude. Check standard. Bug
descent
up.
flight level 40 to here 367.
Flaps 1.
Flap swap.
Schiphol approach, good evening, Air France Cargo 21 Juliet.
Set speed 250. Flaps up.
Flaps up.
Air France 21 Juliet, hello, information
0
Charlie,
set.
Vector's ILS approach runway 27. Juliet, cruise ILS 27, Air France 21 Juliet. KLM 1 voor Foxtrot, uitingen van 10.
Select VNAV.
Reindeer, KLM 1.
VNAV.
KLM 007, begin 270 at 9, runway 24, cleared for takeoff. We can take off runway 24 to L100. KLM 566, welkom. Taxi to gate, Echo 24.
Select Command A.
Command A.
KLM 101, cleared for taxi. KLM 566, again, your request.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds. On. Max. Auto. Landing gear. Up and off. Flaps.
KLM 566,
No lights. After takeoff
Thank you.
checklist complete.
Transavia 65 Alpha, contact Amsterdam, dan 5.750.
Over to Amsterdam 125.750. Transavia 65 Alpha, goedenavond. Oké.
Oké.
Navigatie.
Dank u.
1011.
Ja. KLM 1 voor Foxtrot, heading 250, cleared ILS approach runway 27. KLM 148, descent, flight level 100.
Descent flight level 100, KLM 148.
Amsterdam, goedenavond. Transavia 65 Alpha, level 90 on the Lunix 1 Bravo from Rotterdam, standing by for hire.
Transavia 65 Alpha, climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Transavia 65 Alpha. Set flight level 250.
Amsterdam radar, flight 43 in KBQ, flight levels 0190.
Flight.
Station calling, time is short,
level
call you
250.
Thank you.
Set.
Day, this is KLM 079 Amsterdam Bravo 28, return clearance.
Okay.
Release the cabin.
Echo Delta Delta.
Okay.
KLM 079 is Amsterdam radar at the moment. Schiphol approach is online. Contact him on 121.2 for the clearance, please.
121.2, Professor.
Number 37, leaving for 5 minutes. Station calling, say again. Number 37, can I leave you for 5 minutes? Window 37, actually in 5 minutes you are outside of my airspace already, and expect a hands up in about 3 minutes. Okay, I'll be back in 3 minutes. Window 37. Roger.
Okay guys and girls, we're now on the Lunix 1 Bravo departure and no shortcut. It's pretty busy over Amsterdam. We climbed to 25,000 feet. We made a nice departure out of Rotterdam.
Turkish 80 Lima, contact Langen 135.7.
Only some problems with leveling off at 3,000 feet, and I could have do some flap retraction, but I stayed at flaps 5, which was procedure-wise not ideal. But because when I was cleared above 3,000 feet, I had some problems gaining speed and thus gaining some altitude. But everything is nice now. We're nicely settled in the climb up to 250, all clean. And we're flying the EHRD departure throughout, which I didn't expect, of course.
Continue the Helleman Alpha arrival and set squawk 7314.
Nice view over Utrecht here on the right hand side. It's a little bit cloudy, but not too much, so we can see a lot of the grounds
Fire 740 Alpha,
in the central part of the Netherlands.
714 and continue the Helen to Romeo arrival, runway 24.
Helen to Romeo arrival, runway 24 and Squawk 731 Sport.
And here we are with Hilfert. Hilversum making a right turn.
Turkish 8, Amsterdam radar, good evening, Kilo 1033 130.
Kilo 1033, time travel 180.
Climb 180, Kilo 1033, thank you.
Spirit 432, contact Schiphol approach, frequency 121.2.
Flight 113, space 14. Here's data 3, Robertson fine.
Station calling, call for Audi.
Here's 856.
Amsterdam Center, London, Salem 1007, with your approach to Salem 130.
First, Freebird 823, maintain level 60, final altitude, and continue the Inket to Romeo, Christian Inket 1 Romeo arrival for runway 24.
60 works and Inket 1 Romeo over Freebird 826.
Fire 43 Yankee, descent level 60 over at Sierra Tango Delta.
Level 60 over Sierra Tango Delta, fast 40 Yankee.
Kilo 1007, climb to level 180.
180, 107.
Taken 846, contact London, frequency 127.1.
London 127.1, thanks, good evening.
London 37, reporting back.
Wintel 027, roger, perfect.
Check.
1000 to left.
Zigga 5997, you're leaving airspace and unfortunately long and just went offline. No good ATC at this time, take a change of group, bye.
Jullie komen voor het Victoria, 5997, thank you, bye bye.
Zigga 65 Alpha, continue climb level 390.
Continue climb flight level 390, Transavia 65 Alpha. Set flight level 390.
Amsterdam, goedenavond, QuadCore met
Set flight level 390.
Croatia 260, now level 300.
Oh, I hard muted my co-pilot, sorry.
KLM 4782, continue the Tilde of Alpha arrival, expect runway 27. Descent flight level 180.
Send to level 180 and level 1 Alpha for IRIS 27, KLM 478.
Freebird 823, contact Rotterdam approach on frequency 127.025.
127.025, so that they will say thanks, bye bye.
Amsterdam Center, Honey 206 with you 8800 for 130.
According to 206, today time level 240.
Time level 240, Connie 206.
Windows 37, contact London 127.1.
127, 1 for Windows Vision, thank you, bye bye.
1033, contact London 127.1.
127.1, KLM 123, bye bye, good evening.
Kilo 148, I see that you're deviating from the star. For now, fly heading 300. Heading 300. Heading 30.
Over that flight in 300, we're having a problem with the FM3 and the class that isn't working, so the DG is using.
Okay, 148, what you expect vector step from this point on?
Over that, thanks for the
Really? Interesting. Okay, target speed 0.79.
Amsterdam radar Tanzania 5 Lima, available 90 heading bay.
2.3, I did not expect this.
Dus dat is 5 Lima, goeiedag, klein total 250.
Klein wat 250, Tanzania 5 Lima.
Dus ik 65 Alpha, leave me airspace, no further ATC at this time, frequency change approved.
Resume all navigation, frequency change approved. Transavia 65 Alpha, fijne avond nog.
Solid. Fire 43 Yankee, turn left heading 260.
Okay. There's no air traffic control from our German friends this evening. So we're now out of air traffic control. We have to watch our TCAS on our HSI here, or primary flight display. No, it's the HSI I think. So PFD should be this. Always get confused about these abbreviations. So I'm gonna watch for traffic on this this part. The traffic mode is on. I'll put the weather radar on, to be sure. Not very much weather today, but for the armored face it's nice to see if there's any isolated cumulonimbus cloud or anything. So here we are, climbing out of 30,000 feet now, up to flight of 390, that cruising level. If you excuse me, I'll get back to you with some information about our arrival procedure into Croatia. I think I will be flying over the Austrian Alps at that moment. So for the moment I'll turn off my microphone and I'll get back to you when we are cruising over the Alps, and I can give you some more information about the procedure into Croatia. So talk to you later.
1000 to level.
Thank you. This one is a Around 270, we go for a couple of minutes. I know in your versus airspace. Sorry, I read you only 2 by 5. I couldn't copy you. Say again.
LL270 was also a couple of minutes. You have been in your airspace, right?
LL270, yeah, you're still in my airspace, but I'll hand you off now to Munich 132.55 Shalom.
Going to Unicom LL270,
Negative, LL270, contact München radar 132.55 Shalom.
Going to München, 0.1632.55 around 270,
Correct.
Langway Shanghai Lufthansa Cargo 10 Charlie stand Foxtrot 20 Frankfurt Panda from QM to Echo November to
1636 ready for Star, Croatia ready for departure.
Canadian 1636, the wind 250 degrees 4 knots, runway 25 center for takeoff.
25 centimeters takeoff, and even on.
Lufthansa Cargo 10 Charlie, you are Stardom approved, you are clear Stavanger via runway 25 center, Maroon 5 Golf departure, flight level 70, walk 2064.
If your destination line 105 for departure, flight and route planning, flight level 70, stroke 2064, Lufthansa Cargo 10 Charlie.
Correct, report ready for pushback, brake, Scandinavian 4756, contact now Bremen radar on 123.902, bye bye.
Contacting Bremen radar, 123.902, bye bye. Good service, thank you.
Well, I hope so. Lufthansa 338, yeah, finally, radar contact, climb level 350.
Level 350, Lufthansa 338.
Langen radar, goedenavond. Transavia 65 Alpha. Maintain flight level 390, we just passed Tesca.
Transavia 65 Alpha, hello, radar contact.
65 Alpha.
Langen radar, Alpha, stage coverage, left,
Verify clear line, Lufthansa 519.
Lufthansa 511, good call, the wind 270 degrees 5 knots, runway 25 left, clear the land.
And yeah, good, clear to land at 25 left, Lufthansa 511, thank you.
Yeah, that's called teamwork, isn't it? Break, Yoke, 33 goes, hello, call you back shortly, confirm, type of aircraft, Airbus 320. No, just correct your flight plan. Something went wrong with your type of aircraft.
Lufthansa 2 Tango, we have vacated, taxiing via Papa.
Lufthansa 2 Papa Tango, danke, taxi Victor 155 via Papa, November.
Victor 155, Papa November, Lufthansa 2 Papa Tango. Canadian 1636 passing 3,400.
Call it. Scandinavian 1636 now identified, climb flight level 380.
Flight level 380, Scandinavian 1.
Lufthansa 511 after landing, no delay on the runway, the following is 4 miles behind you.
Okay, no delay, we'll exit to the right for Lufthansa 511.
Perfect. Eurowings at 33 Golf, cleared.
Eurowings 33 Golf, go ahead.
Eurowings 33 Golf, clear Stavanger by runway 25, EHARD 4 Bravo, squawk correction. Initially climb flight level 70 and squawk 2107.
Squawk 107, clear. 7 via EHARD 4 Bravo, departure confirming climb at 70, difficult.
570 is correct, today non-standard.
Copy, easy climb, at 70, 1.
Doing switching golf, advise ready for pushback or taxi.
Looking at TPH request, use the level 370.
Roger, call you back.
Lufthansa 51, we are cleared of runway 25 left.
Perfect, thank you. Call you back further in a moment. Break, Lufthansa 338, climb level 370.
Level 370, Lufthansa TPH.
More shuttle 72 Charlie, descent level 370. More shuttle 472 Charlie, flight level 70. Correction 370. Okay, nobody home, then Lufthansa 511, taxi Bravo 48, head gate is empty now as we have learned. Taxi to the right via Mike, then the first left, cross 25 center and via November 5, November to the gate.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Mike here, first left, and then here November, and then November to the round side. And cross runway 25, center, Lufthansa 51.
That's it, yeah. Mike, first left, then cross 25 center via November 5 to November and Bravo 48.
Roger that. Actually, yes, Bravo 48 to stand. Mike, first left, and then November and here November, cross 25
Yeah, just cross the by runway.
Roger.
And we have a ghost pilot holding short of runway 25 center. Let's see what will happen. One shuttle, 72 Charlie. 72 Charlie, go ahead. Yes, you have to change to odd level. You prefer 37 or 390? 390. More shuttle 72 Charlie, then now climb level 390. Level 390, Charlie. Lufthansa 451, Lufthansa 511. Yep, now first to the right, that will take you on Lima and then via November 5, November to gate Bravo 48.
Okay, I totally apologize about this. I do have the map here, so we'll go straight here and then right here on Lima and then to the ramp Bravo 48 Lufthansa 511. Sorry about that.
Yeah, don't be sorry. You never have some frequency before.
Yeah, I'm sure you're used to it by now.
No.
Okay, we have some light turbulence at the moment, which was predicted by the map. We have a big tailwind, about 85 knots in the tail. Sometimes we have some left to right movement on the aircraft. That's only line chops, not too much to worry about. You can see the auto throttle is responding to keep the airspeed nicely on 0.79 Mach.
Controller 145, Langen, good evening, sir. I have your clearance.
Langen River, good evening. Lufthansa 75, current level 230, medium.
Lufthansa 75, Langen, good evening, sir. Radar contact. Do you have the new runway 25 right in your itinerary?
Just give me a second, I'll check that out.
Yeah, then 145, yes, I have your clearance. By the way, I read you very low on the volume on voice, so please check your headset or your microphone position. You are cleared to Dubai via runway or from runway 25 center Archer Zulus and 9 Foxtrot. Initial climb clearance 5,000 feet and the squawk 2070. Read back.
Roger that, I have clearance for the Japan 125 runway 25 center. I cluster 5,000 feet, squawk 2070 Japan.
Okay, 145 feedback was correct. Just to confirm your standard instrument departure route, the is Zulus and 9 Foxtrot. Do you have that?
Zulu 9 Foxtrot, Jordania 145.
Center Harbour 1 Chinese. Center Harbour 1. Roger Daniel 145, your readback is correct. Thank you. Are you ready for departure?
I have 1 minute, sir.
Okay, Roger. So Roger Daniel 145, advise when you are ready for departure.
Langen River, Lufthansa 75, we have ID25 in our itinerary.
Lufthansa 75, doesn't copy, so expect ILS Zulu approach for runway 25 right. You are cleared for okay, I give you a radar heading, turn left heading 080 degrees, descend flight level 110.
080 degrees and to 110 Lufthansa 75.
Radar, you will repeat because you have broken through the FS2 west, waypoint up to Alpha, Tango, Uniform, Sierra, Alpha, Schwetter.
Transavia 65 Alpha, contact now Munich radar 132.55.
Roger, over to Langen, correction, over to Munich radar on 132.550. Transavia 65 Alpha, dank u, tjus. Swap, kom maar.
Canadian 1636, contact the Bremen radar 123.902. Goodbye.
Swap, kom on.
132, that's 192, Canadian 1.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
he's
almost
still muted.
123.92.
Munich Radar, goedenavond. Victor Production, Transavia 65 Alpha. Is maintaining flight for 390 inbound to Xirem.
Transavia 65 Alpha, Mr. Radar, this evening identified. Proceed direct to Vavor, Victor Alpha, Victor Oscar Romeo.
Roger, Transavia 65 Alpha, present position direct to Vavor. Victor Alpha, Victor Oscar Romeo.
Eli 270, no further ATC monitor, com 122, das Maid set, flight vorbei.
That's a shortcut. Danke.
Six Yankee Echo, thank you, descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1024. Lufthansa 6 Yankee Echo, not X Yankee. Yes, sir. Turkish 8 Lima, sushi to the right. Turkish 8 Lima, bye bye. Lufthansa 6 Yankee Echo present for the heading cleared, ILS approach, runway 26 right. Clear.
Approach runway 26 right, Lufthansa 6 Yankee Echo.
QuadCore 1 to my contact, Langham Radar 127.72, bye bye. 13773, QuadCore 1 to Mike. Transavia 983, contact London Radar 127.7, bye-bye. London 1772, Transavia 983, bye-bye. Transavia 5997, further ATC available, monitor Uniform 122, Desmate, safe flight, bye-bye.
Uniform Transavia 5997, thank you, bye-bye.
Lufthansa 60 Yankee Echo, wind 280 degrees, 2 knots, runway 26 right, clear to land.
Runway 26 right, clear to land. Thank you, Lufthansa 60 Yankee Echo.
Amazon radar, sky level 115, good evening, flight level 240, ready for descent.
Sky travel 115, mention radar, good evening, set squawk 2364.
Squawking 2364, sky travel 115.
Sky travel 115, identified, flight level 240. Cleared Max 3 Alpha arrival, Lando 26, transition, information buffer is current.
Cleared Max 3 Alpha, arrival. Runway 26, and you repeat the last run, schedule 105.
Information Papa is current.
Information Papa is current and ready for descent, schedule 115.
Sky travel 115, descent flight level 150.
Descent flight level 150, schedule 115.
Lufthansa 6 Yankee Echo, welcome to München, taxi to NG November 3 via Alpha 9er. I didn't give you a stand number. Listen, Lufthansa 6 Yankee Echo, welcome to München, taxi to NG November 3 via Alpha 9er.
Taxi to NG November 3 via Alpha 9er, Lufthansa 6 Yankee Echo.
Very nice. Transavia 65 Alpha. No further ATC available. Monitor Unix 2008. Bye-bye.
Roger, no further ATC and switching to Unicom 122.8 Transavia 65 Alpha. Dank u, cheers.
Cheers.
Okay guys, we were just handed over to Unicom again, so we're out of ATC again. We just have had some ATC from Langen and from Munich Radar. We're now on a direct track to Sabat, that's in Slovenia, I guess, and I'm almost approaching the Austrian Alps at flight level 390. The conditions at Split, I'm gonna check again. It's well, this makes it very difficult to land on 23, because you can see the weather is 040 degrees with 18 knots, and the maximum tailwind component for the 737 is really 10 knots. And only in certain cases I read it can be 15 knots as a customer option. I don't know how they what that means for the aircraft, if it's 15 knots, if they make any modifications, and I don't understand what kind of modifications, but 10 knots is the standard. So with 040 degrees 18 knots you can be sure the tailwind component will be exceeding the 10 knots. So I'm not gonna try this to land on 23. This makes the aircraft controlling the aircraft difficult, probably. So I'm gonna prepare for 05 ILS. I'm very sorry. If it was near the 10 knots, I would try. This is too much. Really have to land on 05, and hopefully this week I will have the runway 23 arrival, the visual approach, because it would be very fantastic. So I'm gonna prepare for that. However, I want to show you the approach I was talking about. Here you have it. This one. This is a possibility when there is a normal southwesterly wind or hardly any wind, but the wind is coming from this direction, so a lot of tailwind. If that was not the case, then I would have flown inbound to Sierra Papa Lima Split VOR here, and then at 5 miles I'll make a right hand turn inbound Rorca. That's the easterly extremity of this little island near Split. It's called Rorca, and then it's nice left hand turn into the Castel area, that's west of Split, and to stay within the 4.6 DME range of Sierra Papa Lima. And that's all because of those mountains exceeding 2,500 feet above main sea level. So really a sharp turn in. So you're gonna be on short final, completing this turn around 500 feet, I guess, and then land on 23, because a straight in approach is obviously not possible. So that's the funny approach at Split, if the wind conditions permit, and regretfully the wind conditions don't permit this, even in a simulated situation, so I'm not gonna try it. If it was near 10 knots I would do it anyway, but 18 knots is really too much. So it will be the ILS approach. Let me show you the ILS Zulu. So it's really simple. From the O'Clock's arrival routing, it's to fly the arc, the 13 DME arc, and a left hand turn in over the sea to intercept the localizer. 110.5 is the frequency, IST is the identification, and just make a nice straight in approach at Split, 3 degree glide slope, and the missed approach is of course a quick right hand turn to avoid contact with the mountains, maximum 185 knots and turning to the right. So if you excuse me once again, I'm gonna prepare this approach for the moment. If the wind conditions change, can still try to land at the 2-3, but this wind condition is really according to forecast, so it's probably gonna stay this way until far in the night. So not much I can do about it, so sorry for that. I regret it as well. So I'm gonna close down my microphone again and talk to you later, while we have some thunderstorms on the right hand side of the aircraft coming up.
ready for the approach brief.
Okay.
The arrival routing will be via the ATC-assigned standard terminal arrival procedure, complying with all published speed and altitude restrictions. For an ILS approach, planning flaps 30 landing. Final approach fix is 2900 feet. Decision height is 370 feet. Missed approach altitude is 5000 feet. Taxi route will be assigned by ATC. We'll be arriving at a remote stand. We'll use the APU, but please delay the start until my command, as we have a long taxi in. Descent speed and navigation radius are set. Airport NOTAMs have been reviewed. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
None.
Approach brief complete.
Descent procedure. Descent procedure. Descent procedure.
Check.
Descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Pressurization. Landing altitude is 50 feet. Recall checked. Auto brake. Level 1 set. Landing data.
VREF 127. Minimums 370 feet.
VREF 127. Minimums 370.
Completed.
Approach briefing.
Thank you.
Descent checklist complete.
Okay, we're now more or less over Slovenia, and we are about 15 miles before our top of descent. So I'm gonna program on the MCP the minimum initial level we can fly on the OCLAX 2 Delta arrival, correction. The OCLAX 3 Charlie arrival, which is 5,000. Cancel as command.
Roger.
Here you can see some of the islands near Croatia on the Adriatic Sea. And we're starting now our descent. Save the situation. I had to do this before starting the descent, but okay. Better late than never. The autosave is running as well via FSU IPC. But this one saves the weather as well. We have one aircraft on the right, same level, 20 miles at 2 o'clock. (1,000 feet above now). It is 1800 feet above. Cancel last command.
Check. Roger.
No ATC, no. Just LZIB. I don't know what it is. It isn't split for sure. Cancel last command.
Roger.
Hard music in for once in a while. NDB Drafnik is coming up. You can see. Drafnik NDB, which is on 418 kilohertz. And we have set the missed approach beacon UMAC 412 kilohertz. Hotel Uniform Mike on our standby, on our second standby set. So we can change to that if we make a missed approach from runway 05. do a final check on the weather. Yeah, the weather is still 18 knots. It is, however, going to the north-northeast now, so 030, but that's still above our tailwind components for sure. So no chance. And you can see that there's even a temporary gust possible up to 28 knots. So that's really awful if you have more than 20 knots in your tail. So no, it's gonna be 05. And we stick to 05. See, Oaklax is approaching. 15 miles to go to Oaklax, and then we'll enter the standard arrival route, eventually leading to the final approach for runway 05. Computer was doing a little bit weird. I must say I had some prepared hang-up situation sometimes in the beginning, but I'm really not sure the cause of it. I was thinking maybe my antivirus, that's why I'm switched it off. And some other applications at startup are also closed, to be sure, before starting this flight, but I'm really not sure if there's anything to do with this problem. So my flight is still doing okay, but don't be surprised if I got a hang up just on final. It's still under investigation. So I'm now over Oaklax. I will report to Unicom on 1228 for traffic that I'm preparing for the finals for 05, in case anybody is there as well. Okay. The FMC has problems maintaining 290 knots. Can now safely descend to 4000s. Entering the arc. No ATC. We'll do it on our own. Okay guys, I'm now gonna prepare for the ILS approach. So we're becoming below 10,000 feet. So silence in the cockpit. Talk to you when we are on the ground. Thank you. Spoilers. Check.
Transition.
Approach checklist. 1013. Set.
1013.
Thank you.
Set. Approach checklist complete.
Check.
10,000. Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Made some program error, I think, in the FMC, as you can see here. So I'll make sure that when I turn in, I'll continue to final without making this turn. Cancel last command. Thank you.
Localizer alive.
I think we're too high. We're way too high. We're way too high. We have to make another turn. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Well, after all, I'm gonna make this tree drop anyway. I think the problem is that my FMC was counting on this track, how wrong it may have been. So that's why my descent was too slowly. So I have to make this teardrop anyway, to make sure I'll reach the final approach altitude in time. No problem, we'll do this. Speed back arms.
Flight deck. Okay,
thank you.
Cabin secure, Captain.
Check.
1000 to level.
Bit bumpy here. Switching off the level change. Make the vertical descent rates a little bit more stable. Approaching final approach, fix altitude.
Final approach fix, height checked, missed approach altitude not set.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Okay, set the missed approach heading. Set. Check.
Glide slope alive.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Approach mode on. Flaps 15.
Speed brake up. Flaps 15.
As you can see, some winds left of the nose, 19 knots. It's a little bit unstable. Thank you.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
So it's a good choice to land on 05 today. Okay, setting missed approach altitude to 5000. Heading and altitude set for missed approach. The auto throttle has difficulties maintaining 160 knots. Flaps 20. Flaps 25.
Flaps 30. Flaps 25.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Landing checklist.
Landing
Continuous.
checklist. Engine start switches.
Armed.
Speed brake.
Down.
Landing
Flaps
gear.
30. Green light.
Flaps.
Thank you. Automarker.
Landing checklist.
Cleared.
Check.
Okay, I'm gonna disconnect those throttle quickly. Manual control. Bit high.
Terrain. Pull up. 500.
Check. Cleared.
500 feet.
Approaching minimums.
Landing.
Minimums.
Approach lights. Check.
Marker. Check.
Speed brake up. Reverse as normal. Auto brake disarmed.
Manual braking.
Check.
60 knots.
Check.
60 knots. Check.
Okay, you have to make a backtrack.
Check.
For safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the passenger seatbelt sign. Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you, and please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted around during the flight. We remind you to please wait until you're inside the terminal to use any electronic devices or to smoke in your designated areas. On behalf of the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a safe onward journey.
Okay, to clean up. Ah, he did it already. Ah, all parkings are too small. That's great. Have to adjust this, I think. Ah, GSX. I'm going to take stand 3. Yeah, and sorry, the scenery is not yet fully prepared version 4 compatible, which means that especially on the apron I lack some markings which you can't. Thank you. Copied.
3 minutes.
Which you can see on a prepared version 3, the 32-bit version. So not all the improvements are immediately achieved in the scenery as well, but so I cannot park very accurately, unfortunately. It's about 45 degrees how I park in. First like this, and 45 degrees more. Something like this. Okay. Parking brake set. Let's ask for ground power. Lights and doors.
Check. Check. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check.
Doors disarmed, no APU.
Doors
Checked
disarmed,
with
no
GPU.
APU.
Shutdown checklist.
Stand by.
Okay.
Stand by.
Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps off.
Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps off. Probe heat off. Hydraulic panel
Up.
set. Flaps. Parking brake.
Set.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Engine start levers.
Off.
Weather radar
Shutdown checklist complete.
off.
Yep.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Secure the aircraft.
Check.
Check.
Securing aircraft checklist. Secure checklist.
Secure checklist. IRSs.
Secure checklist. IRSs off. Emergency exit lights off. Window heat off. Packs
Thank you.
off.
Cabin crew, doors may be
Checklist
opened.
complete.
Okay, here we are, guys and girls, at Split Airport in Croatia. Hope you enjoyed the flight. And again, the wind was our enemy today. So and friend. It was our friend because the flight time was not very much, thanks to the tailwind. And it was our enemy because we could not make that very nice dynamic approach to runway 23. So we had to make a straight in ILS to the 05. However, I hope you liked it, despite some glitches related to my very early installation of prepared version 4, 64-bit. But no real big technical problems, just some little things with GSX, with some multiplay, sometimes not showing on a short distance. And some things with the scenery, like here at Split, which is not adjusted yet for 64-bit. Meaning there are some markings not available just because it's a 32-bit scenery version. Very annoying, but okay, we have to live with that at the moment. Hope you liked it. I liked it. It was a nice flight. Nice to fly out of Rotterdam with busy traffic. It's a bit empty here at Split, but never mind. So, well, actually, this is what I'm going to do in just a few days. The only difference is it's real, and the second difference is I'm sitting near the wing, like this position, so I cannot see it from the cockpit. Apart from that, it's exactly the same kind of flight plan I will fly, and the same kind of flight duration, everything like that. Only, of course, I hope there will be a steady wind from the southwest when I arrive, so I can enjoy the view with that left turn from my left window seat on that day. Thanks for watching, and next time I will talk to you when I'm back from holiday, and when I will fly back my BizJet from Malaga, and maybe also a Transavia flight, who knows, when I have time. Thanks for watching again. Enjoy your final part of the Sunday evening, and enjoy the next week. Thank you, and bye bye.